welcome to Table Tennis Philosophy. As you see, the title of this video is What to Know About Waran, short pips, but I'm going to start it off with a little quick story about my experience the other night using Dr. Neubauer aggressor. I had an interesting situation where I had 4 people to play and played them each 2 times. 3 of the players were approximately my same rating, very close people that I've played before or had some success. And then 1 player was a level above me for sure and had over a 2000 USATT rating. And here's what I discovered very quickly was that the players that were at my own level had some problems dealing with the aggressor medium pips that are almost long pips, but they're very, very fast. I've done reviews on them before. Tricky to use, tricky to play against, and really can be very effective, particularly against players that haven't seen that before. But what ended up happening is what you might expect. Each of the players that were at my level, I won 1, I lost 1 with each one of them. So had some success, had some good matches, but broke even. And as you might expect, the 2 matches I played against the higher level player, I lost both of those. But there were some comments at the end of the night that were interesting to me. The 3 players that had played against the aggressor pips they were all confused by it. I kept switching, whether it was on my backhand, forehand. That was particularly tough for one of the players who I did a little more of that twiddling with than some. And the comment from the 2000 level player was it didn't bother him at all. He said, you just have to watch the spin. Every time that I hit with the medium pips, you got a floating ball. And that's something to think about, which brings us to the question of, do you want deception in your game or do you want consistency? And it provides a little bit of a problem for players who are kind of caught between medium and short pips. The Dr. Neubauer stuff is absolutely deceptive and would almost ensure I'll beat players my level and below probably very, very consistently just because they're going to have problems with that. But you didn't come here to hear about that. You wanted to hear about Waran. Now, the reason I told you the whole story was because the Waran short pips are probably the pips that I feel most comfortable with. This is where I get consistency. They're fast, but not so fast that they can't be controlled. They're not really deceptive. Are they the best short pips out there? That's a subjective opinion, but I've got Waran right here in 1.5, and I would say they're the most reliable. I wrote a review for this on the Table Tennis 11 site, and last I checked it was the very top of the Waran stuff, and I was like, yeah, you can do everything with it. You can hit fast, you can hit slow, you can roll the ball, you can chop, push, you can trust the rubber, which I'm not getting rid of the aggressor. I was managed to pull it off and get the glue off, and it's as good as new if I want to put it back on. But for consistency of play, to really feel confident that what I hit is going to be there, even if it doesn't end the point, there's not much better than Waran. Now, like I said, this is 1.5 on a pretty fast blade. I have heard that people that use it in the 2.0, and I think there's a 1.8 version, that it does become too fast. That may be the case. But if you are looking for reliable short pips that will do what you ask of it, there's not much better than Waran. And it's a SpinLord product, and I've tried other stuff, but if I'm really trying to get the ball to go do what I want it to do, kind of tend to go back to that a lot. It's also great for training in that it's, I don't want to throw long pip shots at my students too often. It doesn't hurt for them to see it a little bit, but the Waran is not going to give them the kind of deception that's going to throw them off very much. And so it's a good, reliable rubber, and it may be some of the best short pips out there at actually half the price of what some of the other stuff is. So, like I said, I've used Waran a lot, really trust it. It's not going to fool anybody, but you got some speed, you got a lot of good things going with it. All right, thanks a lot. See you next time.